Hi, I'm Eric Mulford, and I'm in charge of the education and our Facebook support group. In this series of videos, I'm going to introduce you to Designrr and how to maximize your results with as little effort as possible. So let's get started. The first thing I want to share with you is that Designrr is an amazing content repurposing tool. But in order to leverage the advantage of that, there's some things that we need to, some basic things we need to understand first. So let's talk about those for just a moment. Designrr performs 4 primary functions. It's an importer, it's an editor, it's a formatter, and it's a publisher. Let's talk about each one of those in a little bit of detail. First of all, it's an importer. That's where you bring content into the platform from a URL, from a Word file, from a Facebook profile page, from a PDF file, and in some cases from an audio or video file. And there are a few other import types which we'll cover in other videos. But first of all, it is an importer. You begin by importing content. The second thing you do with that is you take that content that's been imported into the memory of the platform and you put it in an editor. The editor is vital because it determines what to do with that imported content. It establishes the content containers. It tells you that a paragraph is a paragraph, a heading is a heading, that a list item is a list item, a table is a table. All of those things are included under or addressed with the editor in the platform. And then that edited content is brought into the formatter. The formatter then applies the template to the imported content. The template is way more than just a cover. Even though the thing that you see is the cover image, it also dictates how the content is going to be handled inside the formatter. It determines what kind of font the paragraphs are going to have. It determines what kind of font and what color and the style of the headings and the footers, and all of the contents that's brought into it is then reformatted inside the formatter. And that's where those containers become so important, because the container gives global control. So with 2 mouse clicks you can make a change to every single paragraph in the document, or with 2 mouse clicks you can make a local control to a single paragraph in the content. There are 4 things that you will do inside of that formatter, and only 4 things. And we'll talk about those in another video as well. And then it prepares for the output. And here's the output. You can output or publish your content as a PDF or ebook style. You can also, under some plans, be able to export your content as a MOBI file that works for Kindle, or an EPUB file that works for iReaders of various types. You can also, on some plans, export your content for HTML that can be used on websites. Make sure you understand those 4 different and yet very, very primary functions of Designrr, so that way you can get the best use of the power of this amazing content repurposing tool.